22 hours I spent on this hot garbage. And well, it wasn't that bad. This is what it's like to be the league champion, though. The squad back at it again. Shout out to this Chandelier, though. This and the Gengar were both very OP and Eternatus Fist. Also, catching the Haxorus level 60 was really nice. But there you go. There's your little startup to Market Watch today. 22 hours of my life I'm not getting back. Also, the fire starter actually is terrible. But it's neither here nor there. But it's just not a Pokemon game unless I pick the fire starter. Let's dig on into Market Watch, shall we? What is up, YouTube? I'm Cordy. We're going to be covering Europe and America today. Some interesting things have been happening overnight, and I just kind of wanted to go through Europe because we were supposed to be doing Euro Watch on the weekends, and it's kind of interesting. So, of course, we'll cover more Europe next weekend as long as everything goes well. So, interesting things. So, if you ever just sort TCG Player by best-selling, you get the chance to see the literal best-selling cards at the moment. What's been the best-selling? Also, my TCG Player link is down below. If you're going to order anything off TCG Player, please use my link. A little bit of your purchase comes back to the channel, and it definitely helps out quite a lot. Alright, so Dragon Buster, the Destruction Sword, off of Union Hanger, all that little fun, fancy stuff. They're still solidly $2 a piece. It's a lot better than where they were, trust me. Also, Duel Dev still has some of the best prices out there. Lost Wins right now down to literally, it says 51 cents, but I mean, these are going to be dollars post-shipping. Super Polys still floating about the $5 mark, actually. This is pretty crazy. DD Crow's still floating around the 30-some cent mark. Called by the Graves, still about $2.50. We're still coming off of that Zero Boros buyout, literally last week, if you guys noticed. Gosh, such a bad buyout. Literally still $2 on these. Ash Blossoms, still $4. Mind Control's still dollars. I love how there's just infinite copies of Duel Devastator stuff on this, just to kind of showcase. But that takes care of the Forerunner, at least if you search for Yu-Gi-Oh! To kind of bring you guys a little bit of just kind of what's going on in the current market. I don't know. Quite honestly, it's an interesting place to be if you want to pick up more of this stuff, but like, I don't know. Some of these are like, whatever. Like, why this is $5, I'm never going to understand, but you know. And those Nibiru's, of course. But that's your best selling top chunk at the moment. Alright, so John made a video yesterday talking about the huge buyout on the Prismatic IP. Now, I'm waiting for horror stories or people are just talking about these getting stolen at events. I'm waiting for it. It's going to be a sad day. But these actually aren't bad. Okay, well, everyone else is good. This is terrible. So, we've relisted lowest now at $7.40. Basically, whoever started doing this buyout made the freest actual money on the market. So kudos to you for pulling the trigger on this and just making everybody sad. Now, if we come over here to the European side of the market, we pull up our IP Masquerena and we go, okay, so what are we looking at here? So we have 360, 370. What are we looking at on these? So coming in about 408 for this. For these two, and then you start escalating because I see Italian copies here start hitting about the 400 euro mark. So you're looking at about 450 USD on this. Granted, there's not a lot of these on this side of the market either. Big discrepancy here with this. There's still like 4 to 5 shipping that you're gonna have to pay to get cards off of Card Mark. I never really include that, but it is to be noted. But that's what you're looking for on that side. Now, the Salamangreat link, we're down to $93 on this guy. And as you see here, Europe's following suit. So, I see this one, which is the Spanish copy. We're not even going to care about that. We're looking at like 90 minimum on this, which is about 100 USD. This is more expensive over across the pond than here. Interesting that their Salaman Great Pyro Phoenix is higher there. Now when you come back here and you look, you're like, oh, alright, well I see Aruha here doing this thing at 115. Mr. Unchained Aruha over here, meanwhile, I'm seeing Nike about 100. It's cheaper over in Europe to get Aruha than it is here. So that's interesting. Look, about 100 over there for this guy, with listings in between, but like several. That's for the foreign copies, but looking about a little bit more for English. But I mean, I digress. Like, it's still pretty hit or miss. And then 79 on Gorgon. Meanwhile, Gorgon's actually a lot over there. Like, you're actually looking at 100 euros for this thing. That's $110. Okay, so if you're looking at the prismatic market from this side, it's like, whew, I just come over here to TCG Player and buy it because it's so much cheaper. Now, that being said, the real winners in this set, Star Liege, we'll go over here to Impact, and we'll take a look at what's going on over here for the European side as well. Besides, the big dominant ones. Oh, would you look at that? Star Liege, 25 euro a piece. Well, that's 28 bucks. So it looks like Europe hasn't felt the real clamming of this either. Because you've got infinite copies switched in. So, good job, Europe. You dodged the buyout bullet on this one, but this is weird. And then, of course, as you see, good old Europe with their IP Mascarenas. Now you're looking at like 27 euro on these things. Look, about 30 bucks. Well, it's cheaper here in America. Gotta love it. Abominations Prisons, 24 bucks. What are we going on over here in Europe? Not 24 bucks. Well, a lot of 16 euro copies on the German market. Ugh. Oh, actually, they're probably about the same. Alright. Outside of that, well, nobody cares about you, Blue Tang. So that's Chaos Impact in a nutshell, literally. Alright. Now the Appaloosa market. Yay! Rising Rampage. So, 500 on this bad boy. We come over here. Oh, well, let's say 450 euro. That's $500. Huh. Looks like our markets are synchronized with this bad price. Sure. Win, the Verdant Charmer. Looking about 155 and then like 160. Okay, that's a little bit more acceptable. I'm over here, I see 160 euro, 170. Inarabi's like, nah. You looking for an English copy over here? You're paying like 250. Okay, never mind. So like 175, 180 euro. You're paying more for Europe? You're paying $200 translated here for European copy. That's a no-no for me. Marinseth's the Prismatic Seahorse. Alright, so come over here. Oh, well, 110, 150 on this. Okay, sure. Like 170, 165, depending what you're looking at. Okay, we come back over here. Oh, about 183. Okay, so this is more expensive here. And then 50 bucks on the Stormwind. Yeah, this card's more expensive in Europe, but we're not going to talk about that. And then, of course, regular Appaloosa, 72 here. Meanwhile, Europe still paying about 60 euro for this, putting them about $5 less than this, putting them at 67. I mean, post shipping they're paying about the same, but that's kind of interesting. Outside of that, like, yeah, Coral Anemone is still up there. My boy Gizmek and Get Out still floating around in the secondary market, but so what you're dealing with that. Now, I sorted Yu-Gi-Oh! By highest to low just out of the hilariousness. Lighter Destruction Box 6500. Like, of course we know about these. Glass Box for 25. Dark Magician Girls. There's a TFS Feather Duster on the market for $2,000. By the way, this is the hot super rare that everybody one that's just so hard to get. EN for 1,500, like, let that sink in for a moment. That's the real market there. Also, short note, we're down to 24 on Master Hero Assets. Dion's still 11s, but that's your little market on that. Now, I just want to quickly go through Speed Duel here. Still 14s on those. Still 5s on Kings of the Skull Servants. The Blue Eyes Ultimate, still a little bit of money. So, Speed Duel set 1, first page, still got a little bit going on here. The Attack of the Deep, Daedalus still 6. Blade Knight 7, Dust Rain 5. Sonic Birds are down to 7s. Magician of Faith at 4s. I think a lot of people kind of forgot about this. Alright. Night Beams down to 7s. Metamorphs down to 5s. Dekoichi's still $4. It's almost like Speed Duel might be worth picking up what you want, finally. I'll be darned. Alright. Speed Duel Pack 1, the Blue Eyes still $80. The Ring Magician's still 45s. Still 42s on the Red Eyes. Relinquish still 31s. Ugh. This set is still so worth it. And then Mystic Fighter pre-sales, just if you watched the video, you got rewarded. I'll do a more formal in-depth of this later, but pay attention to the pre-orders. So Kitchen Dragon Maid's $30. Mathmech Super Factorial, still 30. Literally everything here is going to be massively expensive, just because people are scared. You're seeing a lot of those $15 price tags. That's very common. It's not where it needs to be, but I don't know, just maybe it'll be cheaper to get stuff on pre-sale. I'm not exactly sure, but this is what you're going to be dealing with for the most part. $9. Like, I guess approach this cautiously, because we're still in the very early stages, but we saw in the previous pre-sales that it was worth it. Strange, I know. So guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about today's market. Well, catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.